we think that the days of installed coal capacity as far as your base load is something that's going to continue to be something of the past, particularly in the developed world. And you want to be more and more exposed to this transition into renewables. And it's a point where it's competitive now. So this is something that the blunt tool of regulation for renewables was very, very slow, and it took a lot of hard yards initially. But where we are today is the market forces are dictating it. So renewables are now cheaper than fossil fuels in much of the world. And that's where we're seeing the strong increase in renewable penetration from a fuel mix. So we need market forces ultimately to dictate this. And if you can walk into your regulator as a company and a utility and say we can transition and retire our coal fleet, transition it with renewables, wind and solar combined with battery, and we can reduce greenhouse gas emissions and we can lower the bill to the end consumer, that's a very compelling argument. And we want to be supportive, and we are supportive of companies that are going down that path and delivering good outcomes for their customers, reducing the customer bills, maintaining reliability is critical, as well as reducing greenhouse gas emissions. So that transition is critical. And I think that when you think long term, which we do, we think you have to take a very long term approach to infrastructure investing. Next quarter for us is next quarter century, not next financial quarter. And when we think about that, if you have a company that's very exposed to coal from a generation base, that's going to be a very strong headwind for many, many years to come. So the investments are very, very consistent, and they can, every single year you continue to push the envelope because you have a combination of market forces. Again, you have energy companies developing battery technology, large-scale solar battery, but you also have the entire automotive industry doing the same. So the amount of R&D going into battery technology is phenomenal. We're going to be in a world where every single large-scale automotive company is going to have a full electric option, and that's predicated on battery technology. So there's a lot of R&D coming in from in the automotive industry as well as the utility industry. So yeah, we're making leaps and bounds growth in the battery storage, which has always been the stumbling block for renewables, right? Being able to store that renewable energy has been one of the major headwinds, and we are now at the point where it's no longer a headwind. It's something that opportunity is going to continue to grow.